To begin generating reports in Passport, you can start by either clicking on the reports icon that's located here on the top right, or by going up to the print ribbon and choosing reports from there, or finally by just clicking on the reports folder that's located in the folder tree on the left. Once in the reporting section, the first step is to select a category for the type of report that you want to create. This can be done by scrolling through a list of available reports in the system, or by typing that report category into the search box here and then selecting it from the list. In this case, we're going to do a stock inventory report. Once you've chosen the category, at that point click Add, and then provide a name for this report. After providing a report name, click Next, and by default it will always assign specific field names for that type of report. It'll be up to you to determine whether you want to keep these field names or take some of them out. To remove any of the field names that is provided, simply choose that field and click the left arrow to remove it. Also, if you need to add any additional information into this report, choose that information from the left side and add that into the report by clicking the right arrow. Once you've chosen all the information you need from the left side, at that point you can determine what order you want these fields to be in. The way it appears top to bottom on this screen is how it will appear left to right in the report. To change any of the order of the field names, simply select that field and choose the up and down buttons. Then click Next, and at this point, for the Field to Group By drop-down menu, you can group or sort the report by anything that you've included in the report. So for an inventory report, you might group it by something like the location where the inventory is kept. To add any additional Field to Group By or sorting options, simply choose them from the left side and then click the arrow to add them in. Once you're done with that, click Next. And then for the summary, if you enable this, you may have it sum up your cost for all those items, as well as count the number of items that are in each location. Once you've determined what you'd like to include in the summary, click Next, and then you'll be able to decide which groups are able to view and edit this information. The groups that you remove by clicking the left arrow will not be able to see this report, and the people who are left over will have access to this report. Once you've determined this, click Next. You'll also have the option at this point to include or not include both your logo and address, and to choose whether you want to print this in portrait or landscape. Once you're done, you can click Finish, and at that point you can either print or preview the report. And once you open the report, we can now see at the top we've grouped it by the location. In each location we see the stock items, the corresponding stock numbers, the quantities that we have of each, as well as our cost on all those items. We've asked it to sum those items up here for the cost, which it's done, and again count the number of items that was in each location. Once the report's been completed, you can actually customize this and go a step farther by clicking the Edit button, and this will bring you into our report editor, where you'll be able to move elements around by dragging and dropping them. You can also select any of the fields that are within the report and resize them, as well as move them around. And you can also edit what's already here, such as the text, by changing the color. You can also add attributes from the left side, such as a picture that you might want to add to the report itself. Simply drag and drop that option over there. Your Pictures folder will open up, and at that point you can select the image that you'd like to include in the report. Once you're done modifying the report in the editor, click Save, and now when we preview the report, we'll see that any of the formatting changes that we made have stayed on the report. To create any other report types, simply click Add, choose the type of report or the category for the report you want to create from the drop-down menu, and then follow the same process by giving the report a name, continuing through the wizard, and adding the information you'd like to have in that type of report.